you, how did that, like, let's say that framework, if you now use that mindset, let's say in your marriage, how would that have changed, you think? You know what I mean? Like, just open up. Like, let us know. We're not saying all the details, but basically, give a synopsis of, what actually was strong in the marriage, what actually broke down in the marriage, and how that functioned and how
I
that
mean,
worked.
yeah, no doubt. With me, there's certain things that I can talk about as far as like, let's just talk about money, right? I knew that going into, what I'm saying, my marriage, when I was married, that, my spouse was a better person at handling money. So, but I guess at a certain point, I felt like I was okay with it, and I wanted to either help out or kind of take that over, and not necessarily step on toes, but kind of let her know that I can do this too, or I've grown in this area, and that kind of caused friction too. So I guess my questions to you and your viewers would be, so what do you do when you feel like you weren't the strong person at the beginning, but you feel like you're okay now and you can help and you can contribute, but that person doesn't kind of want to let you do that? And that definitely can cause friction because I've been through that. How would you go about handling that?
Well, I think that, so I guess it would be, you start with the conversation, right? So you believe that you're in a better place to manage the money, right? Mm-hmm. And that doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to hand over the reins to you. I think that you should go in knowing that. You know what I mean? I think that you have to sit back and think, what's your intention? Are you trying to prove a point? Or at this point, are you better than she is? Because if you're not bringing more than she is to the table, then what's the point? You know what I mean? If you're going in wanting to be validated and say, you know what, I too can manage this money. You know what I mean? And you're doing exactly what she's doing, and you're not adding anything extra, then it wouldn't make sense for her to transfer it over to you so that you could feel good about yourself. You know?
So you brought up a word that we talked about before. The word is validate. I don't think that at the time I was trying to be validated. I think I was trying to help and contribute. I think that's what I was trying to do. Validation means I'm trying to prove a point, not necessarily move in the right direction that we talked about before. I don't think that's not what I was trying to do. My intentions were to kind of take the load off her shoulders. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but was she complaining about the load? Did she say she needed help? Was she falling short? Were things not getting paid? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why did you think that she needed help?
Well, also to answer your question, yes, she was complaining about the load being too big. But I guess to me, when I think about it now situation's over, I think that was a trust factor. I think that she was in charge of the money for so long, and I felt like I could help at that point, and that I gotten better, that I felt like the trust wasn't there for her to kind of delegate some of that to me.
Even though she was
it would have to be something that she asked you to do, because in that point he's the one delegating. So can you picture, you're a principal now. Can you picture teachers coming up to you and telling you how you should delegate everything that's going on? No, that's not going to.
Now that they got their master, like, I got my master degree now.
Yeah. I'm a PhD now, so I can do X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. And you're like, I'm the principal. So the reason why you take the leadership role is because they're trusting you to delegate. Mm-hmm. They're trusting you to ask for help when you need help, ask for support when you need support. So I think the question would have been, if you should have went in asking it, what does she need for you to support?
Yeah,
to help her.
That's what I mean.
What did you need? What did you need for? What did she need from you so you can lessen the load? Not to come in and say, "Well, I got better, so I could do."
Let me take over. Yeah.
Let me do something to help you and support you. I think at that point you got to be humble and ask, "How could I support you?" Because you are in the quote unquote superior role in that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely. I definitely think where the situation with that, as far as that subject of money went sour, is definitely because at the time I wasn't really willing to have that conversation as far as to sit down and ask for help. I just I tried to come in and not say dominate, but I tried to come in and let her know that I can handle X, Y, and Z, and that's where the friction was. I think that situation could have been handled differently if I was willing to sit down and have a conversation. Like so I'm not, so in February I wasn't able to admit this stuff that I'm saying to you right now. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm a little bit better and I've gone through a little bit of a maturation, I'm able to have these conversations now. And so I can say that too. In February I wasn't the same person that I was able to be right now. And
you know, so for our viewers, Durrell, you know, we have the Let's Talk Relationships every Monday. Durrell is on every single Monday. He hasn't, I don't think, missed one yet, right? And we have these conversations about relationships, obviously, because we're talking about relationships, right? Yeah. And you often say that, like, you speak about how you were one person, you know, 6 months ago, and you're a totally different person now, right? Yeah. And even if you change for the better, right? Which is not a bad thing, like, but we change for, well, it can be, like, it may still hurt the relationship. But my question for you, Durrell, is, like, you have a lot of things coming to you, right? And you're able to admit certain things, and you're maturing in certain areas. Yeah. Are you going back to your ex-wife and having those conversations? Are you saying to her, you know what, you were right about this and I was wrong? Because that's true growth. Like, you could tell us, you could tell the viewers, you could tell our Let's Talk relationship panelists, you can tell everyone on the internet.
And hope that it gets back up.
Yeah, but really, like, I think I would recommend that you have that conversation with her. And based on the smile on your face, I don't think you are.